wanted to be out partying, enjoying my youth as I should have been, and I enjoyed it a little too much because here I am with 2 babies. I may have rough days, but baby, we gonna get through and persevere. That's what I do know. Me at the London. Hi guys, welcome back or welcome to the channel for the very first time. I'm Victoria, and today we are gonna do a chit chat. Get ready with me. So in honor of Mother's Day, I've been very reflective on my journey. Like, I cannot believe I've been a mom for 3 years. Like, it's just so mind-boggling to me. Like, bitch, I'm a mother! Today I wanted to kind of talk about some things that, you know, I wish I would have known before becoming a mom, and share some things as well that I'm still learning as a mom. So while I talk to you guys, I'm gonna do my makeup. I did my eyebrows already because they are a pain to do. Looking like cousins, not like sisters, but that's okay. But we're just gonna jump right into it. I'm gonna start. I need to do my eyeshadow. I guess this is particularly for like soon-to-be moms or women that want to become moms. Like, okay, if you can do everything in your power to prepare, you will not be prepared. Like, nothing really prepares you for motherhood. Like, there's no amount of books, there's no amount of advice that's going to prepare you, because honestly, your journey is different than the next person's. And like, that's something I've had to learn. I was like, okay, like, I'm so nervous, you know, I don't know what to do, especially because I became a mom of twins. So I'm like, I really didn't have like a lot of people to lean on in terms of advice and how to deal with like twins. Like, obviously moms who have multiple children, like, they know how to handle 2 kids, but it's different when you have like 2 crying babies the same age at the same time. Like, it's different. But needless to say, like, there's nothing you can do to prepare, but like, don't allow, like, if you have any worries, like, don't allow those worries to like get in your head. And like, honestly, take motherhood, take parenthood for the wild ride that it is, because maybe it's a ride. The recovery process was just not what I thought it was going to be in terms of like my mental health. Like, I've always struggled with depression since I was like 12, 13. So postpartum depression, I'm like, how bad could it really be? It was bad. Coupled with like, you know, the surprise of the pregnancy in general, the surprise of the twins, and then like them finally coming home, the surprise of them being born like almost 3 months early, and then kind of jumping straight into being a mom. Like, it was just like a lot to adapt to. And I'm not gonna lie, you guys, like, every single day for like the first year I cried. Whether it was like 5 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, I cried. I probably didn't cry for a full hour, but like maybe on and off within an hour. But I was just going through it. And I mean, that's natural. I mean, like, the life I knew it had changed. Like, obviously it starts to change when you're pregnant, but it's a whole nother story once your kid is here. I think part of it is like, once the girls came, like, I felt like I had kind of lost my identity. Like, I was now Kennedy and Kira's mother. I was no longer Victoria. But that's something that I'm learning. Like, I can be Kennedy and Kira's mom, but I can also be Victoria. I'm definitely not going to be the Victoria I was before I got pregnant. When I was pregnant, like, I'm not to say I'm like a brand new person. I'm definitely not brand new, but I've learned that like, just because I'm now a mom, that doesn't mean that like being a mom is my sole identity. This is bright. Ooh, this is bright. We're gonna see how this shakes out. This is gonna work. This is gonna work. Ugh. Did I really want this color? I've been recently learning, like, I need to find myself again. I don't suffer from like postpartum depression, but I do suffer from like just general depression and like being sad. And I think it's because like I'm still trying to figure out who I am, what my interests are, like how to establish, like, you know, or not establish new relationships, like make new friends with moms that understand, to like have more conversations with people and who are going through similar things like in their journey. But then I also want to like recultivate, I guess you could say, like old relationships that I've had, because like when you become a mom, like you do not realize that your relationships with people are gonna like change. It doesn't mean like they have to go away completely, but I mean, your primary focus is like your family, as it should be. And like, you know, along the way, you kind of lose yourself, you kind of lose people. And so I'm in this place where it's like, I want to find myself again. I want to find the people that I had in my life. But we just kind of like drifted just because of life. Like I want to reestablish those connections. And I think that will really help me as I'm trying to go along through this journey. All I know is like what makes Kennedy and Kira happy, like what keeps them calm, what keeps them from throwing a tantrum, because they gonna throw a tantrum all right. Like, don't let Baby Shark be on and Kennedy wants Paw Patrol and she's screaming and it's just a lot, and it's like, okay, is this it? Is this all there is to my life? Like, I love my kids, but I need something outside of them. I have interests outside of them. Like, I'm not just their mom. And that's something I've learned. I'm learning, and I'm trying to lean into like finding myself. And so I've been like taking time for myself lately, like whether that's hanging out with friends that I used to hang out with, or even like in court, like hanging out with them either with the kids or hanging out with them like without the kids. Like either way, just having them around to have like that adult conversation. I've been, you know, making plans. I haven't like followed through with them. Well, because the time hasn't happened, but like going to like exhibits and things that I like, because like a lot of the exhibits we try and we go to, like they're obviously like kid friendly, because I want to include my kids. But at the same time, like sometimes I just want to be able to get up and go. Like I don't want to have to like change the diapers and change the clothes. Like I need that time away. Like it's me and them like this. So being able to have that time away, like also reestablish like, oh, like I really miss them. Just mommy's gonna have like an hour or two out, you know, with the girls doing something fun. And I don't know if I was like too scared to do it before or what, but I have just I just decided like I need to take this time for myself. Even when it comes to my boyfriend, it's like even when we don't have the kids, like he and I do a lot of things together. And like even he and I need like space apart, like to miss each other. Sometimes it's like we really need to be like, oh, okay, he should be go hang with his boys, I'm gonna hang with my girls, or I'm just gonna hang by myself, honestly. But I'm learning, you know, to find like comfort in like my own solitude. Like that's something I really struggle with, and I've always struggled with it. And like having kids is like kind of help mask it. It's like being okay with being alone. Like with kids, you are never alone. Like there's never a private moment, or there's rarely, I should say, a private moment. But I have been able, or I'm trying to learn to be okay with like being by myself. This kind of goes back to like wanting to rediscover myself. And I feel like a lot of the reason why I've been depressed in the past is like I'm not okay with being alone, because I felt like I've always been alone. Like I have a younger brother, but we're like 13 years apart, so like I grew up as an only child. And so I want to be able to be okay with being by myself, especially now when it's like I don't have a lot of time to myself. Like there's value in it. And taking that time, I can like figure out who I am, what I like. And I think doing so will help me like find a bit of my sanity again, because like this week I had a very rough week. Like not every day is a bad day, but it was a rough week. And I was like, oh, like I just feel so alone. And it's like, it's okay to be alone. Like you're not really alone. And you know, I don't know. I'm just trying to figure it out. And I just feel lost. I feel like I'm just a mom, but I know I'm more than a mom. But then it's like, how do you step out of that? And y'all, it's like really a whirlwind. My eyes are taking so long. Hold on, I'm gonna finish my eyes and then we're gonna jump back into this. Hold on. I was just telling my mom this. I used to be like, oh, I am meant to be a mother when I was younger, like in college and stuff. Like I was not trying to be no mama in college. Let me get that very clear. But I was like, I want to be a mom. Like I was meant to be a mom. Like I can't wait, but I can wait, if that makes sense. Like I can't wait for the day when it comes, when I'm 30 something, which was, God was laughing. He was like, girl, you're going to be a mom at 24. And yeah, I just thought it was like meant for me. Like I just really wanted to be a mom. And then I was telling my mama like, I don't know what I was talking about, but because like it's way harder than I thought. Like I said, like nothing really prepares you. And like my mom and I would like talk a little bit about like what's it like to be a mom, but honestly, my thoughts were not there. I did not care. I wanted to be out partying, enjoying my youth as I should have been, and I enjoyed it a little too much because here I am with 2 babies, okay, going on 3 years old. But yeah, I really thought that was supposed to be my call, and maybe it still is. And like I'm going through the hardships, like we are going through the terrible twos, y'all. Well, they about to be 3, but they have been in the terrible twos since they were a year and a half. But I mean, that's kids, and it's just like trying to figure it all out. This whole gentle parenting thing, yeah, because I definitely didn't grow up with that. Like, my mom wasn't like super harsh on me, but it was like, if you not doing right, if you cutting up, you gonna get checked. And like, so that's kind of like the mentality I've adopted. But so I try not to like, but I want to try not to like yell at them so much. I do be yelling like stop, because like they do the same stuff over and over. They don't listen. But what I've been trying to integrate into my parenting is like talking to them. So for instance, they know how to like open the front door, like they could turn the locks and everything. Like I do have like the little safety locks that you put on like the door handle so that they can't open them, but they don't fit for our door. So I have to like measure the circumference of the handle of the doorknob so that I can then go find one that fits it, because it's like unusually large, like the neck of the door handle. So that's why they're able to like open the door. But anyway, getting back to the story, they're able to open them. And then like the other day, like they were doing it and they like opened it and they got to like the like stair. We have like 3 stairs that lead up into there, and I was like, oh no, like, and I obviously was yelling because I didn't want them to go out and run, because that's what they do. Like they see that you're telling them no, so they're gonna do it times 10. And I was like, you know, yelling or whatever, but I just to get them like in the house completely. And when they did come in, I was like, okay, I'm gonna sit and I'm gonna talk to you and I'm gonna explain like why you're going to timeout, because you definitely going on timeout. Like, because I told you stop messing with the door and you still messing with the door. And so anyway, my whole point is like I tried to talk to them about their like wrongdoings, like behavior that, you know, I want corrected. Only mommy and daddy or other adults like mommy and daddy could do it. And so I like, you know, explained to them that. And then you got time out for 2 minutes. But yeah, that's something I'm trying to do, because I want them to understand like this is how things are done and this is why. Because, you know, kids, they ask a lot of questions. I'm preparing myself to explain why, so that why things are done in the way that they are, so that honestly we can quell like some of those questions and whatnot. And so yeah, it's funny too, because like people will comment and say like, oh, like you actually like explain to your kids like, you know, what's going on, like you talk to them like they can understand you. And I'm like, honestly, that's what you should do. And like that's what I think my mom did tell me, that like when I was pregnant, or like when they were first born, was like, make sure you talk to them like even when they're babies, like talk to them like you and I are talking right now, because that'll help them develop their speech ability, their speech skills. I think it's really important to talk to your kids and explain to them why things are done in a certain way, so that they can grasp like, okay, this makes sense, like here's the explanation why, as opposed to like just being told that's just the way that it is, and then kids question and then they rebel and all that. And I'm like, I'm trying to avoid that. I do not have time for no rebellious teenagers, y'all. I'm telling y'all, like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Take care of yourself. Like, if you want to take a bath and luxuriate with a glass of wine, your show propped up, do it. Because I like being a mom now and like working full time. Like, I just feel so exhausted that like I neglect myself when I really shouldn't. Be better than me and take care of yourself. Take that little extra 10-15 minutes to do your nightly, you know, routine. Take a bath instead of a shower. Unwind. Even if your kids is yelling, my kids will be, mommy, mommy from the gate of the bedroom, and I'm like, mommy just needs 5 minutes. Like, I'm right here with you, poo, but I need 5 minutes to just debrief from the day. And like, honestly, even this, I guess it falls in line with like self-care. It's just like even getting myself like dressed and presentable. Like, I don't do my makeup unless I'm like going somewhere or we're gonna film a particular video. Like, I used to be the girl that was like, we getting glammed up. I don't care where I'm going. I could just go to the store for an hour. Baby, I'm getting cute. You gonna see me in the right fit. Like, I'm coming to stunt. And like now it's like, okay, let me grab my man's basketball shorts. Let me make sure my little gel braids is looking neat-ish. And let's go. Like, that's literally it. And I'm like, who is she? Like, that is not me. And I'm learning to take more care of myself and just care about how I'm looking. Like, now when I be cute, I think I'll be looking, when I get myself together, I'll be looking cute, I think. But I don't do it as often as I should. But that's just one thing not yeah, it is one thing. It's not the only thing, but it's one thing I neglect. And I want to do better. Like, I want to feel like, it'd be like, oh, you want to feel like that girl. Like, I don't want to feel like that girl. I just want to feel like me. I just want to feel like, oh, pride and like confidence. And I've definitely lost my confidence. Like, I used to be like, oh, I'm bomb. I'm this. I'm that. I got this mom body. I'm struggling with, y'all. Well, actually, I lost all the weight I gained from the girls. All that's left is the weight I gained from our relationship. Because me and my man used to be eating. I want to make like a little journey video. And maybe I could make it and like just talk about like how I gotten to here. Because I'm definitely not at like my goal. I have a very long way. Well, I have 20 pounds to go, but I feel like because I'm not at my goal weight, like I can't share my journey, but because I'm like, it's not complete. But I mean, maybe that's why I should share it, because it's like, I want people to see. I'm digressing, but it's all in line with what I'm talking about. I want people to see, like, this motherhood journey, finding yourself journey, getting yourself back to where you want to be, or starting in a new place, or ending up in a new place, like mentally, physically. Like, it's not like, it doesn't happen overnight. Like, there are peaks and valleys, and I just feel like a lot of people are just not super real about that. It's like, oh, I gotta snap back real quick. Like, I'm the perfect mom. I cut my kids sandwiches in like these cute little shapes. I do everything. Like, I just love it. And I'm just like, do you really? Like, I love it, but like, is that all? Like, you just love it every day? Like, nobody shows the lows. And I think that is just that's important to share, because that's what makes motherhood not feel so isolating. Like, I've been, talking to different moms on this app called Peanut. And like, the main sentiment that is shared is that motherhood is lonely. Yet there's millions, billions of us that are mothers. Like, why is it lonely? It's lonely because we're not talking about it. Like, it has its sad moments. Like, and that's okay, because there's also like, there's peaks. Like, there's really good moments. Like, there's different things that the girls will do, and I'm just like, damn, like, I am so proud to be their mom. I'm so happy to be here in this moment. And then other times I'm like, I'm stressed, I'm overwhelmed. Like, how the hell am I gonna get through this next day, the rest of this day, the next week, whatever? And so I just want people to feel more comfortable in sharing that, which is maybe why I decided to start sharing, honestly, my experience, because I want to get more real. I like get nervous about like sharing certain things about being a mom, because again, like, I don't want to be judged. I don't want people to be like, oh my gosh, like, you don't know what you're doing, you can't handle your situation. Like, I can handle it, but like, that I can vent about it too. Like, why can't I talk about it? Seriously. Like, it's got to be all perfect, this and that, because it's definitely not that. And anybody who says so is lying. Anyway, this video took a turn. I'm over here ranting, y'all, but it doesn't matter, because that's the truth. Okay, I do this in an hour. Look at me. My boyfriend complains. He's like, you take forever with your makeup. I'm like, yeah, it takes a long time to catfish. My camera's overheating, so I'm gonna finish. I just need to put mascara on, blush and highlight and my wig, child. And then I'm gonna close it out with y'all. But let me go for my camera dying on me, y'all. It used the whole battery, and I was not even talking for like, maybe I've been talking for a minute. Ugh. Okay, let me go close. Let me finish, and I'm gonna close it out with y'all. Okay, so we have officially finished. I finished my makeup, I got my wig on, I got my little bodysuit on, and so now we are off to the fair. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know if you guys want more chit chats. Like, I think I've said this in my other chit chats, I love to run my mouth, y'all. Okay, I love to talk, so I would be happy to talk some more. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.